So, is Kathleen Kennedy leaving Star Wars? Again? Jesus Christ, you people. Let's find out. So by now, I'm sure most of you have heard the circulating rumor that Kathleen Kennedy, the current leader of Lucasfilm, is going to be stepping down from her position later this year. As if we have not heard this story before on multiple occasions. Typically from someone who wears a toilet on his head, as if that isn't representation enough of the bullshit they're spreading, but you know. Who knows? If you say something perpetually, it's bound to work out eventually, right? However, I have seen conflicting reports from it being confirmed that Kathleen Kennedy's leaving and also contradicting this narrative. So let's look into this and see if we can find out what the truth actually is. And I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process of how you can verify these kind of rumors for yourself. We start by just doing a little Google searching. And you will come across a lot of different titles, such as Retiring Lucasfilm Boss Kathleen Kennedy reportedly isn't done with Star Wars yet. Screen Rant, 10 hours ago. Why Kathleen Kennedy is leaving Lucasfilm. And no, it's not because she's woke. Screen Rant, 1 day ago. Look how the titles changed. Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy expected to retire this year. The Hollywood Reporter. Star Wars Kathleen Kennedy retirement rumor refuted by CNN News. Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy is reportedly stepping down in 2025. So let's just click on one of these news reports and just see where things lead. Let's start with the Hollywood Reporter. Star Wars Kathleen Kennedy expected to retire from Lucasfilms. The prolific producer has presided over the Star Wars and Indiana Jones franchise through ups and downs since 2012. After more than a decade in the galaxy far, far away, Kathleen Kennedy's charting a course towards retirement. The Lucasfilm boss has told associates she plans to retire by the end of 2025. A source confirms to the Hollywood Reporter. Puck reported the news Monday night. Reps for Kennedy and Lucasfilm were not immediately available for comment. Kennedy joined Lucasfilm in 2012 and co-chair alongside Star Wars creator George Lucas, and a few months later took the reins after Disney paid $4 billion for the company and Lucas exited. Collaborating, blah, 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 titles, movies. The news comes ahead of April's Star Wars celebration in Tokyo, where the future of Star Wars franchise is expected to be unveiled. And nothing further. What are you doing? There you go. So let's go to the CNN News report that came out a day ago revolving around Kathleen Kennedy. The Star Wars chief is staying on at Disney despite a report that she's leaving, at least for now. Rumors that Lucasfilm's longtime president may be leaving Disney has swirled for quite some time. Ain't that the truth? But reports that Kathleen Kennedy will retire at the end of her contract may be jumping the gun. Puck reported Tuesday that Kennedy, who is 71, is expected to step down as president of the storied production company behind the Star Wars franchise before the end of 2025. Several news publishers have followed with their own reports, but a source familiar with the matter tells CNN that's not the case, emphasizing that there's nothing there right now. Any announcement of Kennedy's retirement, if indeed there's anything to announce, will be made public when actual decisions are made, the source told CNN. Lucasfilm did not respond to a request or comment, and a spokesperson for Disney did not comment for this story. Kennedy joined Lucasfilm, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it's just going into talking about her career with Star Wars and Lucasfilms. So the only thing that you should be able to gather from what information that is actively present is another rumor is circulating that Kathleen Kennedy is going to be retiring and stepping down. We've been through this story before. People are already celebrating as if she's already been fired, as if it's a sure thing this time. But I'd like to talk for a minute about humoring this idea, as if, let's just say for all intents and purposes that Kathleen Kennedy is actually retiring and the people that absolutely despise her are getting what they want. And just dive into this just a little bit deeper because I couldn't help but notice, and this is to the people that are celebrating this news, and we're taking it as if it's actually fact right now. But I couldn't help but notice that there are certain things that you seem to be overlooking in your celebration that this woman is leaving, because it seems a bit inconsistent, because there's all this vitriol and disdain for Kathleen Kennedy as if she is the bane of all of Star Wars, despite having a celebrated career, having her hands involved in some of the most influential movies of most people's childhoods. But for some reason, there seems to be this, I don't know if it's a double standard or just plain hypocrisy or just people spouting bullshit about things that they're completely ignorant of. But on one hand, whenever anything goes wrong in the Star Wars universe, regardless of how you feel about these stories, certain productions not gaining a lot of enthusiasm from the fan base behind it, like The Acolyte, Kathleen Kennedy is singularly singled out as if she is the specific problem that caused those things to fail. Yet when there are things applied to the Star Wars universe that people do enjoy, like the Andor series, she is singularly excluded from any credit to that, despite having the exact same level of influence over that story as well, because it's her job. And it isn't that hard to find a lot of the petty bullshit reasons that people have behind, disliking Kathleen Kennedy, from claiming that she's woke, she's pushing an agenda, yada, 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 yada. Let's just say, for all intents and purposes, you're right. That she is a stooge for the Disney execs, and she's pushing the Disney narrative that you so despise. And she's now finally being removed. Based on what evidence do you have that the next person that they get just isn't going to be Kathleen Kennedy 2.0? I mean, after all, whoever takes the job is going to be backed by Disney, and they're going to be looking for someone who supports their values and, will try and turn a profit at the same time. All I'm saying is you are all so eager to see Kathleen Kennedy gone for grossly shallow, ignorant, and just plain inconsistent reasoning, when she is singularly responsible for the things that don't work for you, but you purposely exclude her from any credit to the things that you do enjoy, that she has the exact same hand in. Don't take my word for it. You can just look at the credits. Yet you don't seem to consider if your main reason for your excitement for Kathleen Kennedy retiring or getting fired or whatever is, this will be the end to the wokeness. Based on what? How do you know that Disney isn't just going to go, actually, we felt like she was a bit too tame. Now we're bringing in someone new with all kinds of new woke ideas. And to be clear, I'm not saying any of this as if it's a bad thing from my perspective, because Star Wars is woke. If you didn't understand that, newsflash, wake-up call. That's based on all of Star Wars, and all you have to do is watch it without your head up your ass to understand that.
I'm much more of the 1984 kind of guy.
You did something. Personally, whether Kathleen Kennedy is fired, retired, doesn't mean anything to me. So long as the next person in line continues to uphold the values of Star Wars, which is wokeness, I'm going to be happy as a clam either way. Let me know down in the comments below. Are you sad to hear that she might be retiring? Or are you more in my position where you're just kind of apprehensive about, settling on a rumor as if it's true? Just let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya. Bye. What the hell is that? Calm down.